Have some cat butt.
It's a great cat butt.
The butthole cut of cats for you.
I'm gonna zoom out. There's a kitty. Hi, cuties. You wanna say hi?
Hi.
My sister and I are in respective bathrooms right now because I've created a makeup tag. This is really weird to watch this way instead of like looking at the camera. But anyway, as a lot of you know, I've gotten into makeup. Like, I have my conspiracy palette right here. I've been having a lot of fun with makeup, but I also love books. So what better thing to do than to get fancied up for no absolute reason by answering questions about books and makeup. It's a makeup tag!
Yay!
Yay! This will be interesting because my sister has joined me in this. And she's not as into makeup as I am. But we'll have some experimental time of doing my sister's makeup. Are you excited?
I can't believe I'm letting you do this to me.
Yay, quarantine! Things that you never thought you'd let me do.
Yep.
So I have a list of prompts, 16 questions, because it's based on my own makeup routine. So this is also my makeup routine. That's what we're doing. So deal with it. Feel free to do this as well. Let's just get started. We're gonna start off with primer. So I have the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business Color Neutralizing. I'll put it up at the camera. And the question is, what is the first book you remember reading? You wanna take this one right off the bat, Emmy?
Well, I'm gonna start by basically prefacing this with, I'm primarily doing comic books.
Oh, that's right. I should mention that.
The first comic books I remember reading are Garfield. Like, I remember reading
the
newspaper comics, but Valerie, our older sister, always had
the full books.
comic books of Garfield. So that's what
I miss those.
They were great.
Yeah.
Back, you know, before I knew it was actually good in comics.
What's wrong with Garfield?
There's a lot to that.
What?
Garfield was my first comic book that I remember reading.
My first book I remember reading was Sesame Street's House of Seven Colors. And I remember, like, I read this over and over and over again. This was the beginning of my, like, consuming media on repeat. And it was also my beginning of list making. It's because I would grab a notebook and I would write down everything, because it's 7 colors, so there's like a red room and a purple room, and everything that was actually that color, I would write it down in the notebook. And I would do this multiple times. Like, nothing ever changed. There wasn't suddenly a new thing that was red, but I would just write it over and over.
Reminds me of the list we would make with the series, or the 7 encyclopedias Mom and Dad had.
Oh man, that was all part of that.
Yep.
It's basically rewriting encyclopedias that we did.
Yep.
And I would do that with Valerie's My Little Ponies. I would categorize the My Little Pony. I was a little OCD child. Okay, moving on. So we're gonna move on to foundations. I'm gonna wet my blender already.
I pre-wetted my blender like a smart person.
Oh shit. My foundation is Bare Minerals Pro. This is also how I injured my hand. So that's...
What?
Yep. Look at my cap. Look at this. It's broken. It's stuck. And so it's like I had to... It's still stuck.
Oh,
like, there it is. Okay, I pulled it off. I was trying to twist it off. And my finger here, okay, this is already messed up from an old injury, courtesy of Adam and Josh, Emily.
Oh God.
We were playing football in our street when I was like 11, and I caught the football, but I jammed my finger. So this finger sticks when you hold it down, so it's already a messed up finger. And then I twisted it really weird, and I now have a sprained finger right here. But you can't go to the doctor, because they won't see you unless you have COVID. So anyway, the question is, a book that just means so much to you. It's like the foundation of your being.
I didn't go foundation of my being.
Okay, whatever you want to do.
So this is actually a book I physically can't read because I can't read Japanese.
Yeah.
But it's called Kekkon Shioyo. And this book means a lot to me because it was a gift from one of my best high school friends. She gave this to me years before she passed away, but just this always reminds me of her, and that's why this book means a lot to her.
It's a good one. It is kind of a foundation for you then. Yeah. Mine I chose is Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery, because it's Anne of Green Gables, and Emily can vouch for how much I freaking love Anne of Green Gables.
You do really love the Anne of Green Gables.
I know, I want my own Gilbert Blythe. Like, really bad. Where's my Gilbert, Emily?
In the book, probably.
Shit, how do I get in there?
You know, there's a movie about that, I think.
Is there? Are you talking about Page Master?
There's a couple of them.
Okay.
Yes, that would be one of them.
Hell yeah. I mean, before I even read the books, there was the 1985 miniseries that Mom showed us. I was absolutely also obsessed with it. I would go check it out from our library all of the time because that was the only place that had it on VHS.
Oh, before the days of Netflix.
Oh yes. Yeah, the books themselves and the character and everything is my foundation. Next up, we would do is Cover Up, which Emily might not have.
I do not have.
That's fine, I do. So Cover Up, the question is, what is a book that you wish you had never, ever read?
I can't remember the name of it. I remember I picked it up from a secondhand store because it was by a webcomic author that I really liked at the time. And I read it and it was so poorly paced.
Yeah.
And just plot hole city. It was so bad. I kept it for a long time as an example of what comics should not look like.
Don't do this.
Yeah. Pacing is everything, guys. You don't need one sentence per panel. You can have multiple things said in a single panel. It's fine.
Yeah.
Really.
I suddenly can't remember the book I was going to say. Because I also want to block it from my memory. Oh, another one. I can name one. Fallen Kingdoms. That one. Everyone freaking falls in love with the main goddamn character. And I hated it. And there's insta-love. And just like, no thank you. I really hate insta-love. It's like a little mask. Okay, and then you blend it all in.
But what are we covering?
Bags.
Aren't you saying I have bags under my eyes? That's rude.
Everyone has bags under their eyes.
That's rude. You're rude.
I know. I'm your sister.
That's fair.
While she's doing Cover Up, I'll start on Contour, which she also does not have.
Correct.
So Contour, the question is, a book that reshaped your views. And for me, it's kind of hard to like going back, but I know a really good impactful one for me was The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, along with On the Come Up, but more so The Hate You Give, because that was more impactful for like all the Black Lives Matter movements. The thing with Star's story in it is that she witnesses this and doesn't speak up because she's also terrified. You know, she's just a kid and witnessed her best friend getting shot by the cops. And it's one where like I think a lot of people, especially white people, are like, well, why didn't she say anything? Why didn't she do this? And it's like, this goes in much more to that psyche. I try to be very more #woke person, but we're all still learning all the time. And that was one that helped reshape my own views of things.
I picked the Contract with God trilogy by Will Eisner. This one really shaped my views on comics. It showed me what was possible for comics, and it meant more than just superheroes or manga. Manga obviously already does a lot more than American mainstream comics, but this really taught me that and solidified a lot of my views on comics and storytelling.
I'm also not good at doing other people's makeup.
Oh, that's great.
FYI.
Thanks for telling me that beforehand. Like you didn't.
That's alright. You look alright.
That's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
you're fine.
It's a good thing I'm not going outside today.
Next up is Highlight, a book that you can gush about. And I have chosen, it is no surprise to anyone, Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. I love this book. I will never shut up about this book. It's my book. I also added The Diviners by Liva Bray. They're just impeccably great books. You know, this is all a whole new world for you.
It really is.
What's your highlight,
The
Ab?
book I like to gush about is The Prince and the Dressmaker, which if you haven't
Oh, I
heard,
want to read it so bad!
I have it. You can read it. I highly recommend it.
Yay!
This is just
I love our contour faces, by the way.
This is just an adorable story, and Jen Wang's art is amazing, and then look how cute it is.
They're making this into...
Yes, this is going to be made into a musical they're working on right now.
Musical, that's right.
And I have mixed feelings about it because I tend to be kind of a media purist, like keep things in their original form. At the same time, I would kill to see some of these dresses in reality,
Yeah.
okay? There's like an armor dress, and I want to see that in reality so bad. So,
Cool.
mixed feelings,
Here,
but...
this is where you're going to blend everything together. Blend it.
Blend it. I don't know makeup. I don't know.
I know. Contour is your shadow. It's your fake jawline. Or not your jawline, bone.
Cheekbone.
Cheekbone. That word.
Cheekbones connect to your jawbone.
Do they?
I don't know. I just put in a bone in there.
I don't know science.
I'm an artist, not an anatomy person, doctor, biologist, whatever.
Next up is blush. This is your swooniest read. I want you to take this first because I'm curious. This is the new side of my sister I never knew about.
So, it's not as steamy as it sounds, but it's Persephone. This is just another take.
I've heard about that one too.
It's just another take on the myth of Persephone and Hades and how they met and stuff.
Oh, that's cute.
It's really adorable and so cute.
I love that.
A little love story.
Aww.
It gets a little steamy, but not like
well
super explicitly steamy like some other stuff I've come across.
I have the Strange House series by Kathleen Baldwin. It's historical romance with lady spies, and it's particularly Exile for Dreamers because Lord Ravencroft. And also Serpentine Dove by Shelby Mahurin. This was so much more swoonier than I thought it was going to be because it's the witch and the witch hunter that are forced into marriage and then they end up falling in love. It's so good, Emily. I can't wait for the sequel. It's coming out later this year. But like, wow, was that, I did not expect that. And I love it. Next up, we're gonna start on our eyes. We haven't done anything with our eyes yet. This is eye primer. We're doing Urban Decay's eyeshadow potion or eye primer potion. And this is a book that pulled you out of your slump. I'm gonna say Illuminate, surprisingly, because it is a chonker of a book, but it was so good because it's a mixed media. It has like diagrams and typography going on. It's so good, and I just zoomed through them.
The comic I usually turn to when I'm in a slump is honestly Comic Party. Comic Party, it's an older one now, I want to say early 2000s, but just about a bunch of kids who love making comics, and you've got a lot of old top characters, and it's just kids making comics, and it's very inspiring to me.
Kids making comics.
I need to reread it
Comics
soon.
making kids. Hey, eyeshadow time. So we're gonna dive into our conspiracy palette for me, for Emily, because she's a big purple fan. We're gonna dive into the mini controversy because look at that purple.
That's a pretty
Boom.
good purple.
It's the good purple. A book you wish was real life.
This is the only one in my list that's actually a novel and not actually a comic. It's The 12 Kingdoms. If you're an anime fan, you'll know that this was turned into an anime series that ended abruptly to much anger. The only book I could imagine actually like wanting to live in. Am I gonna regret this?
Maybe. You keep going. Just smooth it out.
Whoa,
I know it's a poppin'.
Okay.
It's a poppin'. It's pigmented. Because I'm also gonna film some other videos today. I'm just gonna use like some Diet Root Beer and give myself a basic eyeshadow. Diet Root Beer is also very good for contour if you want that darker. But I don't, because I'm pale as fuck. Book I wish was real life. I chose Rise of Kyoshi by FCE because I really want to...
Avatar, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I want to live in Avatar. That's what I want
There
from
are
life.
worse fictional worlds to live in.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what's an actual fictional world that doesn't suck and be awesome to live in? Avatar! Okay, we're gonna go into our crease. And I would use exposed because we're gonna lighten and soften it, but hold on, different brush. Different brush for your crease, Emily. Crease, the question is a guilty pleasure.
I love, more recently, the Demon Prince of Momochi House. This is shoujo trash, and I love all of it. It's shoujo trash. Like, you get lots of shoujo legs, and like there's this one panel that really stood out in one of the more recent books I read, where the hand is just so tiny compared to the rest of the character. I'm just like, what? It's bad, and I love it.
I've chosen two. I'm choosing the Selection series by Kiara Cass. It's well known around BookTube that it is complete trash, but it's my complete trash, and you'll never take it from me. As well as Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, also trash. But like, what?
That name, Vampire.
Vampire Academy. I'm also using a couple different colors right now because I do
You're
that.
cheating.
I have to soften it because I'm using really contrasting colors. I'm using Tanacon, Sleep Paralysis, and Just a Theory. I have to, or else it looks like shit, and it kind of looks like shit, so hold on.
I'm just going full glam here.
Want some more glam? Because these are really glammy.
Oh, hell
If
yeah.
you want to use
Gimme. Yeah, gimme the shimmer.
Oh shit.
You fucked it up too?
No, my camera.
Oh, it's up recording.
Got Inner Eye, which is just your little highlight point, which I'll show you. This one is a surprise, a book that surprised you. You didn't expect to love it this much. And for me, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Honkin, because this was an older 2014 or early YA, and I thought it would just be that way, but it wasn't. Along with The Bells by Danielle Clayton.
Book I didn't expect to actually love. It's actually a webcomic. It's called EvaWrites. It's a BL comic, so that's why I didn't anticipate actually loving it, because that's not generally my thing. But it's about this gay kid at a Catholic high school, and his neighbor, he comes from a very straight edge family. Turns out that the gay kid is actually half aviale, which is a species of winged people, and suddenly sprouts wings, and the two of them have to work together to hide his wings. Of course, fall in love and discover like the history why does he have wings and that stuff. It's very dramatic, and it's stupid well written and well drawn. It's just so pretty.
You know those kind of sci-fi cyberpunk moments?
Oh god.
That's what this is, full on hackers. Hold on. We're making this happen.
You are?
Yes.
I suddenly regret all my life choices.
Just saying. Okay, it's eyeliner time, ladies.
What's eyeliner?
It's an author you will always read no matter what.
I picked Emily Carroll. She is best known for her horror comics. They're very like psychological horror, or just very weird, but they're so good. She's experimented a lot with webcomics and something called the Infinite Palette or Infinite Page, but basically breaking outside the norm of the box panels. I think that's very cool. Check out Emily Carroll.
Mine, again, no so fucking surprise, Francesca Zappia! Also Libba Bray and Lee Bardugo. Oh, and Anna Marie McLemore. I will also always read hers. My eyeliner thing is busted as shit. Broke ass shit, Emily.
Lier, babe.
We get it, Ethan. You're a good speller. We also really love Star Kid in this house, so.
Everybody go watch Black Friday.
Really messed up. You just try to keep going and then you.
Hold on, I gotta do the Transformer.
Oh yes, she has a special Transformer.
Urban Decay.
I don't have that.
Wired that has a Transformer. You
Yeah.
get your eyeliner back, and then you give it sparkles. Hopefully you don't get any of the sparkles in your eye, because you're shooting at this like I am.
Well, while she's doing that, we're moving on to mascara. And that is a book with a shocking plot twist or cliffhanger. I chose A Children of Virtue and Vengeance, which I read this February because it was, oh my god, I suck! I just got mascara all over my eyeshadow. So, Children of Virtue and Vengeance. It was like going one way and you're like, cool, no problem, we're gonna win, it's gonna be fine, and then wow! Motherfucker, we're doing this. And then the book ends. And now we have to wait like another year to be like, what the hell just happened? Where's Rowan? Is Rowan okay?
I'm going to the webcomic called Sister Claire. The tagline for this comic is Pregnant Nun, Holy Crap. I don't want to spoil what the spoiler is. Still an ongoing comic. But yeah, wow, I did not.
Oh, you have a copy of Sister Claire.
Yeah.
I only know it as a webcomic.
Yeah, well,
I
it's only book one. I don't think she's done book 2 yet, or like released it in print.
Oh, okay. Trying to mend my major mess up. Tanacon save me. Words no one ever thought they would. I think it kind of worked. Thanks, Tanacon. Next up, we've got eyebrows. I almost forgot about this whole part of my makeup, so I didn't think of a question right away. But then we're like, eyebrows, brows. We go browsing for books. What is a book that you were just browsing at a store and you picked up just because of the cover?
Because I thought it was just because.
Just because or because of the cover?
Full disclosure, I knew about this book beforehand. What I didn't know is that they translated it. It's Dragon Half.
Oh, hell yeah.
This was one of the first animes I ever watched, which I should not have watched at age 14.
Ha! I watched it.
Yeah, you were even younger. We watched it at the same time. Not safe for kids in any way, shape, or form. And is also like, it's super satirical, making fun of itself. It's really funny. It's kind of a classic, but also very like B-movie.
Fun fact,
if you sing that song to me at a convention I'm at, I will draw you a sketch for free.
Blonde. Doo doo doo. Doo. It's gonna have some loathing.
This feeling so sudden and new.
I felt the moment I painted eyebrows on you. This one is lipstick or gloss. This one is just one that is the best cover.
I went through my stash of comics and I went for something that had a very unique cover, and that's the Firelight Isle. So what makes this one fancy? First off, it's just beautiful art. Second off, foil. And third off, the comic actually opens upwards. And you read it like that. The foil in the back and stuff too, and like a very creative way to highlight the ISBN without taking away from the rest of the designs.
I'm using Winky Lux. This is Winky Lux's stuff, where it just reacts to your high pH. I lost my original Winky Lux, and I just bought it again. Mine, I'm gonna say The Graces by Laura Eve. It's freaking gorgeous. I love it. I'm also giving shout outs to Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chokshi and The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. How's your lips?
Purple.
Purple. Translucent Powder, a book that went under the radar, or it's like, it should have gotten much more hype.
Another webcomic. This is Megan Kearney's Beauty and the Beast. This is actually, I think, 3 volumes. I only read the first 2, but it's a very different take on the story of Beauty and the Beast.
How so?
It delves a lot more into the curse of the beast. It feels a lot less Stockholm Syndrome-y. We get a view into Beauty's family significantly more. There's no Gaston.
Aww.
But he's totally unnecessary. What's the matter, Emily? There's no Gaston because he's a totally unnecessary character for this version of the story. But delves a lot more into magic and curses and history of the characters rather than just the curse at hand, or as it is.
Mine is The Passion of Dulce by Julie Berry. This one I was just reading to get it off of my shelves because I was like, this is not great. It's set in like 1200s. It's very like a religious book because it's about this girl's relationship with God, and it's almost like God is like her boyfriend, but it's set in 1200, so it's not like that shallow. But I read it and it was so much better. It was so intriguing and like really crazy. It really needs more hype because not a lot of people talk about this book, and it's so good. That's coming from someone who's really not religious at all. Last one, Emily, Setting Spray, which mine is the Urban Decay All-Nighter. A book that is just, that's you. If you are booked, this is you.
Comic Party.
Comic Party?
Yeah, I gotta go back to Comic Party.
Okay, mine, I chose 2. The first one is Inferno by Dante. And the other one is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Really? You call Hitchhiker's Guide your defining?
Like, it shaped a lot of my humor.
Oh, okay.
And it shaped a lot of how I process life. Yay! There we go. Look how pretty we are. Oh my god. I didn't fuck up my stuff at all. You look gorgeous. You're ready for clubbing, Emily.
Quarantine clubbing.
Quarantine clubbing!
Seizure, make sure you put a seizure warning at the beginning of that.
She's beauty and she's grace. She let me paint her face. That's the makeup tag. I'll put all the questions down below in the doobly-doo. And I am officially tagging Very Bad Books. Eva, you should make some too, but I don't count on you making it. I'm also going to tag Leora. I'm going to tag Break Even Books, even though he's a dude. You can have makeup. Also, anyone can do this if you would like to do this tag. Feel free. Have some fun in quarantine. Doing fun makeup. I have to go film a bunch of other videos now.
And I have to go wash this shit off.
You can leave it. Leave it.
I can.
You could totally leave it. That'd be great.
I could, but...
Okay.